Hi, welcome to Rivetea. Welcome back if you've been here before. I'm Longhair Linda, and today we are going to be talking about Love and Marriage DC Season 2, Episode 6, and this one is called A Silva-lized Truce. So, let's get into it. Alright, so first things first, I am recovering from some kind of flu and we're going to do what we can. We are going to do what we can today. So we open right at the fight between Irena and Sherelle, and Ashley tells us in her confessional that she is most disappointed by Irena for not owning that she messed up her words. Quick says Irena went from Irena to Ray Ray. Now, in fairness, Irena did do a lot with the whole nobody likes you anyway to Sherelle, so I kind of get Quick's point. And I did also notice, that when she was asked who doesn't like Sherelle, Irena was just kind of like, Ashley is calming Irena down, telling her to act her age. Shady. And in her confessional says that she knew Irena was going to be on some BS when she came in here with flats on. Irena explains her point to Ashley, why she used the word shady instead of what Joy actually said, and Sherelle stomps back on over, saying that she's not about to fight anybody, but Ashley stays right there in the middle of them. And Irena admits to doing too much, so she apologizes to both Sherelle and Black when he walks over as well. But in their confessional, Sherelle doesn't understand how quickly Irena backpedaled, while Black doesn't appreciate the narrative that Irena has put out about him. Again, I know she messed up her words. I know this fight was between Irena and Sherelle when it didn't need to be. But I don't think it's her putting this narrative out about you. I think it's Joy, and you guys have misplaced your anger and are now just putting it on Irena. I know she should not have been piggy in the middle, I know. But come on, guys. Quick and Ashley are out to lunch, and Quick is gushing about the honour of having a street named after him, while Ashley tells us in her confessional that we should now address her as the First Lady of the DMV. Sure, why not? Ashley explains the origins of the beef between Joy, Black and Sherelle, and then obviously Irena now to Quick. And Quick thinks the issues between the ladies will affect the men, so he wants to sit down with the guys to figure out the issue and how they can intervene if necessary. He wants the blow-ups to stop every time the group come together. Ashley wants to do her own set of kumbayas, and is that right? Ashley wants to do her own group kumbaya, is probably the one that makes the most sense, and wants to start off by inviting Winter out for drinks. She says she is changing as a person, and while they won't be friends, Winter hanging out with Sherelle means that they're likely to be around each other, and Ashley doesn't want them to be at each other's necks. Come on, growth, okay? We love to see it. I think it's definitely very important that the Silvers are kind of doing their kumbaya group meetings separately, but that if they can all come to some kind of understanding, I think it will be great because they're all castmates on this show. It's important to get some group scenes for us as viewers, and while we love the drama, it doesn't need to be that much drama all the time. So I think this is a good move. I think it will help the audience enjoy the show a bit more, so we'll see how it goes. At the Tyler's home, they're putting together a Western-themed birthday party for Irena's mum, Mama T. And Lil Jamie is there too, and Irena is excited for the whole family to come together to celebrate Mama T's 73rd party. Come on, 73rd birthday? Yes. She looks great, by the way, for 73. She does not look 73, but you know how the saying goes. Joy feels like the questions Irena is asking about her having a baby are adding pressure, but thankfully for Joy, Irena changes the topic to Jamie feeling like it's Mama T's fault that Irena and Jamie aren't having as much sex as they'd like to since she is just down the hall. Mama T goes right up to Jamie and asks him about it, and Jamie denies it and tells Irena not to blame her mother but to blame herself. Jamie goes on to say that it's Irena that's always talking about being tired and working all day, but Mama T thinks they should get it on tonight. Now, I thought after last season their sex life improved, because I know that it was like a whole talking point, but after the whole sex therapy getaway, they were like getting it on at like Ashley's event, and I thought the issues were fixed. So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, good for Mama T for being like, you guys should get it on. She was all like, get some tonight. And I love that for her. I do. I love that for them. I love that for everyone involved. Irena announces that it's time for Mama T's gift and leads everyone outside to find a horse. As Mama T goes for a ride, Ashley tells Irena that she won't be getting on the horse because she was just on one last night. Quick. Okay. Irena, Ashley and Joy sit together, and Irena wants to know if Quick is upset with her about the fight with Sherelle at his street naming event. Ashley says that he understood, but she thinks Irena needs to learn how to walk away. Joy comes to Irena's defense, saying that she was spitting facts and conveying a message. Girl, where were you when Sherelle was screaming at Irena? Like, where were you? Where were you when Sherelle was going off on Irena? Oh, that's right. You didn't want to be just another black woman yelling in the street, aka you did not want that smoke. You know you deserved it too. You let your friend take that, but alright, whatever. Ashley points out Irena's wording during the fight, where she accidentally said, shady is the term that describes your husband. Ashley wanted Irena to be clear that those were Joy's feelings and not hers. Ashley says what I've been thinking this whole time and turns to Joy and says, what do you think about this whole thing? Because you didn't say nothing. Questions that need answers. Here goes Minnie Winter. You didn't say nothing either. Ashley's like, it had nothing to do with her, aside from the fight happening at her husband's event. And Joy says it wouldn't have helped because as soon as Sherelle said shady and Irena started giving the dictionary definition, that was hard to say, dictionary definition, Sherelle didn't want to hear anything. Irena thinks it's up to Joy and Sherelle, or Joy and Black, to have a conversation, and Irena will stay stuck in the middle if Joy doesn't have this conversation. Joy is very much like, no. Joy says the bottom line is Irena didn't have to say anything about anything, and to be honest, on that we agree. On that we agree, Joy. Winter is meeting Ashley for drinks in a shocking turn of events because Ashley has decided to extend an olive branch to her. Winter says in her confessional, of course, she loves that confessional gangster life, that she hopes Ashley is more reasonable by herself and without the theatrics of her football team. Now, did anybody else let out a little whoop when they played that whistle sound when she was talking about a football team? Producers are shady. Shady, shady, shady. When Winter arrives, Ashley gets straight to it without even a hello and says it's very clear that they don't like each other, but now that they have a friend in common in Sherelle, Ashley doesn't want the fight that happened at Sherelle's event to ever happen again. The ladies rehash the events leading up to their fight at Sherelle's event and both say the other feels super important and talked about. Winter orders a strong drink. Ashley is sipping on her drink for dear life. And Winter asks what the goal is. She wants some clarity. They can go back and forth all day, but what was the reason for the invite, basically? I'm not going to say word for word. Listen, Winter does too many... She talks around stuff a lot and she does a lot of words in a very short amount of time, and I'm just okay on that. I like to be as accurate as I can in these recaps, but you get the gist. Ashley says she wasn't expecting handshakes and hugs and skipping off into the sunset, but she was expecting Winter to come and be defensive. Winter says they're both defensive, but Ashley is tired of all the separate dinners and she just wants everybody to be at one table, get out how they feel so they can move forward. Now, can I just say, Ashley in her confessional in this outfit talking about peace in the Northeast. Why is this lady so iconic? Ashley goes on to tell Winter that the ladies never want to hear each other, but she wants that to change, and that everyone should come to the dinner truthfully and not saying they didn't say something they actually said, basically telling Winter not to come if she's not going to own her own stuff, and I approve of this message. Winter starts with, we're all black people, and I was ready to turn everything off and go on about my day. I truly was. I just knew Queen Doublespeak was going to annoy every single fibre of my being, and against my better judgment, I carried on watching. Winter says, we're all black people trying to make a positive difference in the DMV. If you want to set it up and to get some honesty and get some truth, I'm here for it. But in her confessional, keeps stressing that she wants people to come to the meetup as adults. Because she's so grown up. Winter asks who all is getting an invite to the meetup, and Ashley says whoever she wants to invite, and production cuts away while they continue bickering because even they are tired of these two. Arena goes to wig stylist Kira Dior's salon to discuss her upcoming wig collection. Okay, entrepreneur. And is met by Joy, who tries on some wigs, then asks Arena for help with the wedding. Arena asks Joy if she told Clifton that she doesn't want a wedding, and Joy says no. She just said she would be okay without one. Joy is hesitant because she knows her dad won't walk her down the aisle, and it turns out that Joy's dad had actually passed away, and Joy wants that special moment of having a first dance with her dad at her wedding. Very, very human moment from Joy. It was, very heartbreaking watching her talk about it, like in the confessional, but also to Arena. Obviously, Arena was comforting her. But yeah, I think it's probably one of the most real moments we've had on the show from Joy so far. So yeah, it was nice to see something real from her is what I'm trying to say. Arena tells her that her dad will be there with her and lightens the mood by asking if Joy would like a wedding wig. Quick's up first with a kumbaya meet with the fellas, and they are at the batting cages. Clifton acts like he doesn't know who Black is when his name came up, before he arrives, obviously. And this lets me know that the petty runs deep with this man. Anyway, Black arrives and is introduced to Clifton officially by Quick. That was kind of shady and funny. Quick says that the street naming event wasn't the time and place to be addressing anything, and Black starts explaining how Joy was in the band Mumbo Sauce, and that Joy has an issue with a decision he made about, switching the whole 2 new members out for the 2 previous members. But Clifton asks if he's sure about that. I took that to mean that Clifton was asking if Black was sure that that's the only reason that Joy has an issue with him. I could be wrong. Anyway, Black continues that he was placed in the management position when the manager left, and when Mumbo Sauce came back from tour, the former drummer who was helping Black with business said she wanted to come back. So he agreed to it and ended up giving an ultimatum when the rest of the band was umming and ahhing by saying that he wouldn't go back to the band without the drummer. So far it looks like Joy hasn't lied about how the breakup happened, because that's pretty much what she told us before, right? She mentioned the ultimatum. I definitely remember that. So as Black starts talking about how he didn't know business, he's a creative, blah, 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 Clifton says the issues go deeper than that and he has to know that. He says that, but he won't be putting people's business out there like that. To me, Clifton, just say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. Say what you have to say. Black says we need to have a conversation because Clifton is being fed wrong information. Again, who's we? Does he mean him and Clifton separately from the guys, or does he mean him and Joy, or does he mean all 3 of them? Whatever. Clifton asks why he would be fed wrong information, and Black says some people don't want to look stupid. Clifton says he doesn't associate with people that just say they don't know what the problem is, and turns to Black saying he knows what the problem is. Quick and Jamie say Black needs to sit with Joy because they're all being dragged into this, and Quick goes on to say that it's corny and phony and that the 4 of them sound like chicks to him. First of all, Quick, the best gossipers on this earth are men, and I will die on that hill, okay? Men are the chatty patties. They are. They're excellent at it. We always get the blame for it as women. It's men. It's men. Trust me. If you've ever had a guy friend group, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Black wants to be clear. He doesn't have a problem with Joy. She has a problem with him. They need to talk and he's cool with that. So I hope we do get this scene of them actually sitting down and having a conversation, because so far it looks like Joy hasn't lied. That leads me to believe that maybe she hasn't lied about the whole he started seeing Sherelle when he was still dating her friend. If she's told the truth about one thing, it's likely she's told the truth about the other. But we'll see. We will see. Joy is performing at Union Oyster Bar, and Clifton and the Tylers are in the crowd cheering her on. After her performance, the men head to get a drink as the ladies sit down and talk about Ashley's upcoming event. Say that, Ish. Come on, branding. Joy isn't looking forward to it because she wants to dead it all and wonders why they would want to be in rooms with people they don't like. Now, she does have a point in real life. You wouldn't want to be in rooms with people that you don't like, that you don't get along with. But you're on a reality show and you're all castmates. And I think it's an open secret at this point, if you watch reality shows, that producers want to put you people together because you will argue if you don't get along. And that makes relatively good TV. So I get your point and I agree, but you also signed up to a reality show and this is not your first one. Arena brings up the wedding again and wants to know if Joy has talked to Clifton as the men come back with drinks, changing the subject and toasting to, I think, Joy to celebrate her. I can't remember. So it's the day of Ashley's Say That Ish event, and Ashley is hosting this event at a bartending academy, so the cocktails are flowing. I think this is a great idea. First of all, cocktail making is fun, but it's also a very good team building thing. Therefore, if they're having issues, surely that's a great place to do it, right? As in, hash them out. Is that clear? I am on medication. I'm still not all the way well. Forgive me, okay? Thank you. As Joy walks in, Ashley mentions the dress code was dress up and dress nicely and heels. But Joy is there in tennis shoes, aka trainers, for the British folks. We know what they are called. Trainers, not sneakers, not tennis shoes, trainers. But I digress. So Joy is there in tennis shoes to be able to make an easy exit if needed. Messy Ash is going from the jump, talking about let's get a picture because the important ones are here already when Sherelle and Winter are yet to arrive. So obviously she's setting the tone for this thing. Sherelle and Winter arrive and Joy and Sherelle exchange the most awkward and shady hellos, mostly from Joy's end, and Arena is surprised Winter is even there. The ladies begin learning how to make cocktails. Again, I think this is the perfect icebreaker event. So well done, Ashley, in terms of the location. The shadiness, it's entertaining for me though. I think Ashley's great, but I don't know if it's all the way helpful in this scenario. Ashley gets started as the ladies sit, telling them that she wants everyone to get out all of their grievances today. Winter says in her confessional that her goal is to be able to invite the ladies to her emancipation event after this and have a good time without all the screaming and trying to rip each other's heads off when they're in each other's company. Again, I think inviting all the people, like the castmates, to this emancipation event is really just so that you could A, have an event on the show, you know, camera time, which I'm not mad at you for, and B, make your event relevant and talked about because, again, all the castmates are going to be there, which, again, I'm not mad about. I get the game, fine. But it's just the pretense for me. It's that I just want everyone to get along and not fight. No, you want everyone to be at your event, and that's okay. You can just say that. But maybe I'm just being a cynic because Winter isn't my favourite castmate. I have seen some things from her that I don't like. Some things that I do, but a lot of things that I don't like. So it's hard for me to just be like, she's coming in with good intentions off the bat, you know? Yeah. Anyway. Ashley holds up a timer and a say that ish sign saying whoever has it has the floor. She wants them to say it and forever hold their peace. Arena says that she will go first, holds up the sign and asks, why is Winter here? And that was the end of the episode. So, ratings. I gave this one an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a relatively good episode. I thought there was some decent scenes, not too much drama, in fact, hardly any. Just Winter and Ashley, as usual, but I'm getting used to that now, I think. We had Mama T's Western themed birthday party, and that looked like it was a good time, with the legendary Mama T telling her daughter and son-in-law to stop using her as an excuse and get it on. We love that energy. Arena is getting ready to launch her wig line. We got a little bit more realness from Joy as she spoke about missing her dad and how that's halting her wedding plans. Ashley was the bigger person and met with Winter to try and squash things. That went how you'd expect it to go. The Silvers took control of all the fussing and fighting with separate meetings with the men and women. At the men's meeting, we found out Joy wasn't lying, at least about the band stuff. And at the women's meeting, we got a fiery intro into the next episode. So I want to know what you gave it. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Let me know your ratings, your feedback, your thoughts, your comments on this episode. Let me know down in the comments or on social media at Rivetea TV or both. Tell me, I'm curious. But for now, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.